best, and when I go to this store, I be feeling like that. I be feeling like so great coming out that store, you know, like, it's just like euphoric. That's it, you know? It's just, music is my passion. It makes me want to dance. It makes me want to just be that little kid when you go to Toys R Us. Just want to have fun. That's it. And I'm going to move forward towards the wonders of Guitar Center. Alright, so we got this little DJ thing. It's kind of like flat. It's supposed to be three-dimensional, but it's not. And then we got this drum set. It's only a two-piece. And the Wonders of Guitar Center, my specific purpose to the audience, it's an event trying to inform you on my journey. And going to Boston, the departments, it's limited to timing constraints, pro audio, percussion, lastly strings. These are the things you would like to know when entering into this location at the Boylston, Boston, Fenway location of Massachusetts. Be prepared to be amazed. You can get lost in the music. The pro audio, turntables, and controls. As DJ, your goal is to ensure the dance floor stays full. Having a full arsenal of media, CDs, MP3, kicking it old school with the vinyl, sound, equipment, you choose all personal preference. One piece of equipment is not more important, and my favorite personal one is the Numop with the Serato 3. Older versions, like Pioneer, the X-DJ, Gemini's new interface also has a competing portable, which I think is pretty innovating for a portable DJ that wants to bring something small to the, to the party. Just for a small thing, you have to have like a nice little PA system, stereo set, and you can have it going. It has the lights, effects, everything's already there without having to buy all the separate stuff. Just maybe like smoke shows if you want that with the lasers. So pros and cons, professionals and enthusiasts of electronic side of instruments. The controller manages all the gear from one convenient spot in the center of the two decks. So you got the crossfader in the center on that Numop right there, the one I was mentioning, and you got those yellow with the red buttons. You got two disc sides. One side's A, one side's B. You could have like an upbeat, and then you can have a slow beat. And when you have the songs, your goal is to merge them, try and get the tempo together. And when you crossfade, you can use with the headphones to kind of like have an idea before you start doing it, and before you release it in front of the whole audience so everybody can hear it after as the final product before you switch the song. So those little buttons at the bottom, you can put like little beats and you can have fun with it and just go and press it. It's just really fun. Like you can get really creative. The scratching crossfading is my favorite, but you can become a pro in no time. You just need to know when to use your computer or whatever setup you're using. Hear it if you're not using a computer, but with a computer it's so easy. You just see like the little like zigzag mark, and you just find it, scratch it, and then you re-loop it, and then you put it on the live. Accessories, like the smoke machine right there from Chantel is the it's a smoke machine that's the top of the line, and you have to refill it with fog liquid. You can use this adjustable bar right there to be able to put the fog in an angle so that it can immediately burst out. You don't want it to not like go out when you're ready, like come down the prom queen, and then the smoke, it's just no smoke. That's the worst, because you can have that with smaller models. With that one's ready to go. You can have a great smoke show. Laser with this right here. That's also that's from Charvet. It's one of the leaders in effects with similar Pop 56 LEDs. It's a gig bar. It's a 2-4-in-1 they call it. That goes for $479.99. That the fog machine was $329.99, and the Pioneer DJ set that goes for about $250, $200. You can find some of them like $150. You can find $300. And they get up there. They go up to about $1,000, $2,000. You need a microphone so you can, let everybody on the stage know, you're about to be the new DJ on shift, or to announce like a special event, things like that. Monitors to ensure the sound is heard through the speakers. Music never stops. Stands for lights. Microphones and preamps. Also clamps, distributors, power strips to make sure no overload happens, because that can ruin your whole night. And that Gemini, the PA system over there, It's actually, it looks heavy, but it's actually really light. I've picked it up myself in the store, and if I can afford that eventually, I would get it. It's $349.95, and it's good for medium to small venues. Now to move on to the percussion side, that's one of my favorites. So I got there the Travis Barker. That's his personal set that he was going on tours with more currently. It's a 5-piece. I started with a 5-piece, and they're okay, but it gets boring. It's limited. But he's such a monster that like he can come so creative with the rim. He can just make all kind of crazy sounds. Like he has 2 snares he uses. The size is a 22 kick drum by 20 by 22 kick drum, 9 by 12 rack tom. The floor tom is the one in the corner near the cymbals in the right hand side. That's the floor tom. That is a 14 by 16. The snare, the first one, that's closest to the hi-hat. So it would be this one right here, and then that's the second snare, because this is the hi-hat right there. That's 7 by 14. And the smaller one, the side snare, is a 6 by 10. That goes for $1,000, easy. When they first sold it, it was going for about $450, $500, but it's very rare. He's kind of not like playing all the time currently. And the drum set is OCDP Orange County Drum and Percussion. The drum set I currently own right here, that's quiet friendly for apartments, so you're not like you know, making people upset, whatever, because I can play my drums for hours. And it has built-in 385 drum and cymbal sound, replicates acoustic natural field response, and can get lost in it like if you have the right headphones, and it's just amazing. That's all I can say about it. Drones, you want comfortability. We got here this one right here, but it's not the same one labeled. It's something similar, same price too, $159.99. The one that I have labeled is an Apex, and that one right there is from some other brand, I can't remember at the moment. But the Roadrunner drum rug, something similar to my bag. You need a drum rug for when you're playing drums, because when you kick in hard and playing, it will slide away. Cymbals hardware, my favorite is the DW6000 series. Sugar Ray, he's a drummer for Michael Jackson, and he uses those personally. They're ultra light, easier to keep the consistency on your ankles when you're playing double bass. That's what I like to play. I currently own just the 500 Mapex. They're like 124 affordable ones. Those ones right there go for $364. Double pedal can range up to $1,000 easy. So for strings, I got here a solid body. So this has pickups. It relies on magnetics, picks up the vibrato, that's what they call it. And when you pluck the strings, you know, it makes the harmonics, and you can get foot stomp pedals. This is called the Capo. This is from Kaiser brand. There's a couple other brands, and what that does is it mutes the strings, and it gives a higher pitch towards what other kind. Like if you're into country, if you're into Christian, it all depends what you're looking for. So if you're actually into heavy rock or electronics, you can be like a tech guitarist, and you get thicker strings. If you're into bass, like a bass guitarist, they use thick strings as well. I use 9s for my E, and for my top E, this is a 46. And they got affordable care and cleaning. They got stands for $10. Amps. Slash is my favorite guitarist, so I follow a lot of what he uses. He uses the Marshall DS 140W. It's a combo amp, top of the line, stomp. And all this at this store, when you go inside, it's just to be at your fingertips and play with. Try it out, see what you want to leave with. It's amazing. I could just sit there all day. I could put in like easy 5 hours, and I can't leave the store. I can't go with people that don't want to be about music, because I'm so passionate for it. And when I walk inside that store, though, they know me as Michael Jackson, because I always dance. I'm always dancing. I'm always happy, you know. So You know, obviously when you see me in class, sometimes I'm down because I'm not happy with the effort. But Boston's more lit. It's a better environment. I definitely recommend, if you haven't been to any guitar center, go to that Boylston location because it has a bottom floor, top floor. When you first walk in, you got the guitars and it's overwhelming. You got the pianos, and if you know what you're specifically looking for, like woodwind and stuff like that, you're not gonna probably find it online section. But they got electronics, DJ equipment, they got everything else that you're looking for, percussion. So, my conclusion, in summary, all of these are unspoken expression. All instruments described earlier and not mentioned are basically a vehicle to be able to express feelings of anxiety, feelings of anger, feelings of passion, feelings of love, feelings of excitement, feelings of violence, feelings of sex. All of these kinds of emotions are, for myself, expressed through whatever I do: woodwind, brass, strings, percussion, or vocals. That's it, folks.